There's a trap a lot of people fall into, and they don't even realize it's happening. The trap is that it feels like progress. It looks like progress, but nothing actually progresses forward. And there's a pattern where people stay busy without getting anywhere. They learn more, they research more, and they plan more. And every time they do, it feels like they're getting closer and closer. Almost like they're building momentum, right? Like they're doing something that matters. But they're not finishing anything. And so because of that, nothing actually changes, right? And that right there, all the things that they were doing that's not that feels like momentum but isn't doing anything and nothing's changing, that that is the trap. The trap of feeling like progress without completion. And the reason it's so easy to stay here is because it's rewarding. See, every new idea, every new piece of information, every new schematic or new plan gives you that dopamine hit, right? And that dopamine hit, it feels good, so it feels like movement. You feel like you're doing things when in reality, you're not. Because real progress, right? Real progress only comes from finishing something, not starting something, not planning something, not preparing for something. All of that has to be turned into finishing something. And that's the part that most people avoid, right? Because finishing things, it makes things feel real. It can be judged, it can fail, and it can expose you, right? So instead of finishing, people stay in motion. They stay busy. They stay thinking. Yeah. They stay preparing, and it feels oh so productive. It feels good. When in reality, it's just a loop. And not just a loop, it's the same loop, except with more input and now more delay. And the longer you stay there, right, the more difficult it becomes to step out of. Because now, right, now everything feels normal. And this is where most people feel stuck. They feel busy, right? But busy is not the same thing as moving forward. That's where air hunger comes in. Air hunger is the moment where the feeling of progress is no longer enough, right? Where starting isn't enough, where planning is not enough, and the only thing that matters is finishing something, is completion with results and proof. And there's a certain kind of person who begins to see this clearly. And when they do, they stop confusing movement with progress. And they stop rewarding themselves for starting. And it's at that point that they shift their focus to one thing: completion. Because at that point, right? At that point, feeling like you're progressing, it just isn't enough anymore. You need to actually move forward. And once you see that, you start to realize something else. You start to realize that the problem isn't that you're not doing enough, it's that you're just not finishing at all. And the next thing to understand is why you keep restarting instead of completing what you begin. So subscribe, because that's what we'll be breaking down in the next video.